you go again.
And welcome to the Dawg Chug. I'm your host, Ed in Columbus. As you can see, Andy is away. So, hey, guess what, gentlemen? We are going to play tonight. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk, I don't know, Sharon Moore's in the news in the last couple hours. We got Shedeur Sanders. You know what? Been watching the Diddy documentary on Netflix, so we're going to go a little East Coast, West Coast. We're going to have a little talk like that. And you know what? Nowadays, guys, Nike techs are out, I hear, in the quarter zip. It's all about the quarter zip. That's in it nowadays. So guess what? AJ's here. We got Pittsburgh fan. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if Pittsburgh actually likes you, but hey, you still claim it. You still claim it. So we'll go with that tonight. Roger, of course, is back with his Block M on, and we're going to go to Roger first because the news came out, obviously, about Sharon Moore and his dismissal from the University of Michigan. Roger, what are your initial thoughts?
It's Sharon, no more. And you know what, man? That's not. Give me a coach that's going to go in there and teach this kid, be a coach, not a buddy, not his dude, be a coach. And he wasn't my guy. You know, I'm a Jim Harbaugh guy. You know, Jim Harbaugh is one of my favorite quarterbacks playing the game, you know. And he wasn't the right guy to follow Jim Harbaugh. So maybe, hopefully, I don't know who's out there. I don't know what they're going to do, but I don't think they can do worse, to be honest with you. He survived off of Jim Harbaugh's recruiting, is what he did. And then NIL kind of saved him a little bit, but they didn't give him a chance to try more. So I'm glad he's out. Go Blue. We'll see you next year.
You know, it's interesting that I hear you say hardball so many goddamn times. It sounds like you've been saying that your whole life. Secondly, Ed, didn't Ohio State lose last week?
Pitt fan.
Ohio State.
Like, didn't you finally beat Michigan for the first time ever and then turn around and lose a week after?
Does Pitt still have a football team?
Oh, thank you, Roger. Thank you, Roger.
No, that doesn't answer the question.
Okay, well, Indiana did win the Big Ten championship after Ohio State did win their rivalry game. That is a fact. But
how can you win the national championship and not win the Big Ten?
How can you? Okay, here's what I want to say. This okay, that is so college football. Here's the thing: can you win a Super Bowl without winning your division? Does anybody say the Oakland Raiders in 1980 that came to Cleveland and won Red Bright 88, who were a wild card team, came in and won the Super Bowl and beat the Eagles and Ron Jaworski? Nobody ever says that Oakland Raiders team is not Super Bowl. It's so stupid that you have to win your division to win a national championship. Ohio State, as we all know, second best team in the nation. They're in the playoff. And it's just like in the NFL. Does anybody say, oh, they didn't win their division, so they're not Super Bowl champions? That's just stupid. It's the tradition of college football, and I understand the old hats out there want to say, you got to beat your rival, you got to win your conference, and then you got to win the national title, and that's the only way a national championship counts. That's bullshit. You win the natty at the end of and you're holding up the trophy. Nobody's going to say 50 years from now, they didn't win the Big Ten. Nobody gives a shit. Grow up.
All right, well, the Raiders won 45 years ago, so that was a great pop culture reference.
Well, they beat the Browns. I had to bring that up. Anything to pick on the Browns.
And you know what? That's Brian Sipes' fault. That was Brian Sipes' fault.
Throw it in the lake. Throw it in the lake.
Throw it in the lake. Do anything with that football, but throw it to where you threw it. He was vintage 1978. 77. Brian Sipes with that one. What were you saying? Oh, you know what? As much as I enjoyed the loss, I fell asleep about the third quarter, and I caught the news because I woke up. Hey, did you see that? I hurt my knee.
Yeah.
Knee
swollen up is a big buck nut.
Almost as big. Yeah. I had a cane, and when you have a cane, it's like the Red Sea parts. Everybody opens doors. It's beautiful. But anyway, as much as I enjoyed reading about it at 3 a.m., and I made comments, and Ed got mad. I made comments. He yelled at me, and then
I did not.
Ed's right, 100%. Ed's right, 100%. That the Big Ten conference championships don't matter no more. See, that was the last game of the year was the championship, and that's who went to Pasadena to play. You know, to go play UCLA or
USC.
Washington, or USC or UCLA. You know, that was Big Ten football. The BCS was king. I loved it. That was my college football. It don't matter who wins the Big Ten. You know what? The Michigan Ohio State game, they need to hang on to it, because even that meeting at that time of year really doesn't do anything anymore. Win or lose. If they're good,
Right.
they're both going to go. If they lose, they're both going to, not. So all of that's meaningless. All the old BCS type logic and thinking to college football is out the window.
Yeah.
It's
So
gone.
basically,
Nobody
the Big
gives
Ten,
a shit that Indiana won the
The
Big
Big
Ten.
Ten's got
Nobody
18 teams. They can't even do
Right.
math.
right? So
I
the
looked
Big
up.
Ten doesn't exist anymore. They're not even a conference.
You know what? I
Right?
started
The
to
SEC, the
post.
Big Ten, Big 12, they don't matter. It doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter. If you're
They
the top,
dismantled the entire thing.
yeah.
I started to do a post that I looked up when the last time Ohio State won the Big Ten, and I was like, "Oh, look, it's Michigan, Oregon," and then now, and I was like, you know what? Nobody gives a shit. I didn't even do it. I didn't even put the post up. You know what I mean? Because nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Big Ten, who wins, who loses. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're loaded, and they're probably going to win a Natty again this year. And fuck Ohio State. How about that? But they're probably going to win it because they're loaded and they got a good team, and yeah.
Mr. Dong, where the fuck is the real talent from the show? There's never real talent on the show ever. I don't know where he got that from. So
when has there ever been talent?
Where has there ever been?
Oh my God!
On this show? And,
this guy.
See,
shout out Lysandra.
Now we know who's running that account. Lysandra.
Yeah. Now going into some of the details, because as prepping for the show, I was looking into some of the details. So Sharon Moore, not only did he get dismissed for having inappropriate contact or relations with a staffer, I guess it was found out that a lot of the people at Michigan found out because he had DoorDash deliver some Plan B to that staffer to terminate a pregnancy, an unwanted pregnancy. So, Sharon Moore, is he Rick Pitino status
He's thrifty.
Now? Yeah.
Just dive up the pharmacy and had some DoorDash.
DoorDash some Plan B over. I mean, that's what when you're in a hurry, you're needing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so
if
they
got a choice
for cheating on his wife, but they didn't get rid of him for cheating on the field. I don't know. Does that make you a real Michigan man? I don't know.
That's breaking news for me because I didn't know the details or anything. So good. Double good. Yeah.
And
we'll cheat you if we gotta beat you.
Now the white women reference is obviously
right he's right there.
Sharon Moore's wife is white, and then the girlfriend is white as well. So Sharon Moore.
I think he's asking. I think they're asking for Lana or any female.
I
thought they were asking for Ed. I thought he was either.
I don't put in when they're not coming on, so I still get them. I still get them at least for the original view, the initial view. Yeah. And then when they leave, once they realize the girls
like I said, I thought this comment was about Sharon Moore, but it was actually about our show. So thank you,
yes.
Vinny L. Goblin out there for
I'm into the vino though, so don't take my word for it.
No, they would not be asking for Lysandra because Lysandra's got some more flavor to her than just the basic white bitch.
Lysandra white girl
or something. Yeah.
She said that. She ain't asking for me. I said that.
Oh, Paul likes Lana.
PD.
Paul's a Lana fan.
PD's into the Lana thing. Yeah, he's an Italian guy though. So I get it. Get it.
Can we all just show some love for a classic name that I was called since middle school? AJ the Vajayjay.
AJ the Vajayjay. Is that because I don't even want to know why? I got to. Is that because it rhymes? Yeah. Well. But is that inferring that you have one, or that's what you like?
Yes.
See,
okay, fair enough. And
with that,
yes, Roger.
Yeah, let's get on with the show. I was just going to say, let's get on the show.
I know. Hey, you were thinking like I was. I was just about to say, it's our time to start the show, have a little fun, like we always do. It's time for a little breakhead news, and that will lead us to, This is Ed in Columbus with your Dawg Chug. Breakhead news. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish were left out of the college football playoff, upsetting many Catholic priests. Asked what they will do without Notre Dame football. Many responded, altar boys. 44-year-old Phillip Rivers is signing with the Indianapolis Colts because the Colts desperately need a quarterback, and Rivers desperately needs some extra Christmas cash because he has 10 fucking kids. The Catholic priest also responded to this by saying, fuck them kids, literally. And finally, the University of Michigan fired Sharon Moore for having an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. As of today, the Wolverines are turning the page on Moore. And this is Eddie Columbus with your Dawg Chug. Breaking news.
Wait, that's her?
Well,
I
That
would,
is her,
I would too. Like,
Yeah, look.
I don't
Yeah,
really
that's her.
feel that
done,
bad about
Edward.
like,
well done, Ed.
Mm.
That's a lot of kids. 10 kids.
10 kids.
it's a lot of kids.
I grew up with a family. They had 10 kids, man. One of my best friends, Ray, Donna, Janet, Mary, Jimmy, Joanne, Peggy, Jimmy, Rob, Marlene, and Dennis. All 10 of them. 10 kids in this family, man. You should have seen them. They were from the deep south of Harvard Avenue.
Roger was an extra in the original movie Christmas Story.
Oh.
Just so you know, he was one of those kids that ran
He
around
got
the
his eyes shot out or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Roger, you said, Andy's not here. Darn it, we're gonna miss all the
Right.
picks he produces. Darn don't him. But but Roger came correct tonight. Roger says to me he's got some time to fill in between Breakhead News and our top 10 tonight. He's got a Dawg Chug update, and with no more further breaks, we'll go to Roger.
All right. These are the top stories in Browns news. Shedeur Sanders had his best game as a pro, and the team loss cannot take the shine off of the personal W. While most Browns fans are cautiously optimistic, some are throwing caution to the wind and calling him the franchise savior. Nothing new with Browns fans, fanboys, and quarterbacks there. Not much has changed among his Colorado fan base as they remain steadfast in their loyalty. Although they have suffered a tragic loss, where 39 members of a small group called the Shedeurians Gate in remote Lake City, Colorado, have committed suicide attempting to board a UFO that's behind the 31 Atlas and ride it all the way to Canton Hall of Fame. The nut jobs were found clad in matching sweatsuits, black Nike shoes, and wristwatches. And in Kevin Stefanski news, he told reporters once again that the Browns simply have to do it better. A Dawg Chug correspondent quickly followed up with, Kevin, we see you doing it. You've been doing it for 15 weeks now. When can we expect to see the better happen? Stefanski responded, go fuck yourself. But he did it with his eyes. He didn't say, he just did it with his eyes. And finally, Jimmy Haslam and primetime Deion Sanders had a chance to chat during Sanders' visit for the game in Cleveland on Sunday. Deion wanted Haslam to know they have his complete trust. And Haslam let Primetime know his PSL will still be $200K. I'm Roger First in Cuyahoga Falls, and you're not.
Wow. Yeah, and I always say thank God to that. Roger, good job, though, by the way. Good job, by the way.
The best part was the end. I love your sign-off. I'm Roger in Cuyahoga Falls, and you're not.
Yeah,
that's classic.
That's telling them. That's telling them right there.
Because we are not you, 100%.
Yeah, and Vinny checks in again. Vinny L. Goblin. Bino Goblin. Why am I saying Vinny L? I can't read. Bino Goblin. I'm an idiot. Bino Goblin. Kevin's getting fired. Oh, because his affair with Lana.
They found some texts.
Yeah.
They found the DM.
Yeah. I'm a moron. Vinny L. or Vinyl. I think it's
found the DM on X.
Yeah, so that obviously, that is in between a top 10 and AJ the JJ. You've done some top 10s recently. Haven't actually gone probably the way that you thought.
No, they've gone the way I wanted them to go.
Is that how you wanted them?
Yes, 100%.
I want to say to the audience tonight that my top 10 will be nothing like the past couple of weeks of AJ the JJ's top 10.
So I've prepared no material because I was told verbatim, you can't outshine the talent of the show, right? That's like Johnny Carson didn't want anybody to sit next to him and out play his game.
Nope.
So I'm sitting back tonight, trying to be chill, let you do your thing. But if you need some assistance, they're right here to help you.
Question: Where are you chilling tonight? What local police should I inform that you're in?
You on the Atlas? You on the Atlas?
Actually, I'm in Buffalo, New York, and I'll tell you a quick story. I absolutely was here last week for the first 3 days of the week. The only hat I brought was my Steelers hat. After getting trounced by the Bills, so I hid in my hotel room for 3 days and door dashed. So
you weren't door dashing any plan B to anybody, were you?
Did you? Right.
I'm plan A. Kidding me?
Oh, okay. Right.
There's no plan B.
Well, Sandra thinks you're in a cave somewhere. It seems.
message me. I'll give you directions.
Yeah. Well, okay. Like I said, promise,
Right,
like always, we're going to do tonight's top 10, and it's a pretty good one, I think. So tonight's top 10 reasons why the Browns season is worse than expected. Top 10 reasons why the Browns season is worse than expected. Number 10, Dylan Gabriel played like a bigger midget than his listed height. Played like a bigger midget.
Bigger midget.
Number 9, Kevin Stefanski was handsome. Now he just looks like a loser. Number 8, Joe Flacco had the same number of wins as a Bengals starter as he did a Browns starter. Number 7, fans can't even say, at least we have the Cavs, because the Cavs suck. Number 6, the special teams is worse than special ed. They're fucking retarded. Number 5, this isn't Watson's last year. Motherfucker's coming back next year, bitches. Number 4, the Shedeurians are more annoying than the fucking Watson Warriors, as we found out last couple of weeks.
100%.
Number 3, Myles Garrett is better than ever. What a waste. Jose Ramirez understands and agrees even when spoken to in English. Number 2, most likely will lose out on the number 1 pick, thus losing out on the only franchise quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. And the number 1 reason why the Browns season is worse than expected is after Sunday, even Roger First is a whore for Shedeur. Go Browns! And that's tonight's top 10.
Good job, man. You really...
Roger, you are a whore for Shedeur. I see you talking with the Bearded Brown. Shout out to them and what they do, but I see some back and forth, and you kind of being a whore for Shedeur. Explain yourself.
Okay. I didn't do anything that's like, I'm not like some of our friends out there. I'm not going to name Mac or Carm's name. I'm not going to say names.
Okay.
Right?
Fair enough.
I'm not putting them, I'm not burning the quarterback jersey, with all the names. I'm not doing that yet. I'm not getting his enshrinement into putting his name around the new dome. It'll be in the new dome. But you got to be fair. I got to be fair. He played a good game. He played like a Browns quarterback. It reminded me of Browns football. I'll tell you what, I didn't start the game until 3:00. I didn't know what was going on. And then I get on X and I make a few comments and I catch a few glimpses of things. And I kind of know where the game's going, or I think I do, but I still watch it. And by the 4th quarter, I knew we lost. But I did see a tweet where Stefanski, I saw the 2-point conversion tweet. And I'm like, all right, I got to watch it. So I watched it all the way through. And I was impressed. He, you know what the most important thing to me is? He said in his interview, my dad's going to be mad at me. His first start, he didn't take any chances. He didn't throw the ball downfield. You know what I mean? It was all outlets. His old man told him, no matter what, I don't care if you have to throw it in the dirt, throw it in the stands, whatever you do, don't throw interceptions in the NFL. That's the quickest way to lose your job. So in the second start, he took chances. And that's what he needed to do. And I saw that. So I'm not going to go on there and bash him. He played well. And I'd also tell you this, Ed, I don't expect the Browns to win the next 3 games. And I don't expect him to win it for us. I just don't want to see him lose it for us. Gotcha. Lose them games, be the reason we lose it. So right now, yeah, man, I jumped on the bandwagon, and I've always fought just with the Shedeurian Gates. Them people are the only ones I fight with. I have nothing against the kid. I think he's a good kid. He does everything he's asked. And he showed improvement. He showed a lot of improvement from his first start, win or lose. It was a W for him, in my opinion. So I'm going to be honest. I'm a Browns fan. He's wearing the orange helmet. I'm going to support him. The only person I never supported was the scumbag piece of shit, Watson. Anybody else in an orange helmet, from Kaiser to fucking all of them. And I'm going to support him, and when he does good, I'm going to applaud it and recognize it. So there, I explained myself. I'm into the vino. Is that good?
Fair enough. Jay, I don't really care what you think about Shedeur, but I'll pivot to what is your take? What is your meter with Aaron Rodgers? How are you feeling about him? Still like him? Hate him?
All right. So let's go back to Shedeur. All right. So
fair enough.
no, wait, listen. I get the opportunity to have my counter argument.
Sure, let's see what the Hingers got to say about you.
Fair enough. I mean,
being almost close to winning is
It's
where
so
you guys
Cleveland.
hang your hat on. Like Shedeur's like, well, he did pretty good, but didn't win. That's kind of okay for us.
No.
You know, the bar is so low that you guys have to really understand that you have to raise that. And Shedeur being a 4th, 5th, 6th, I don't know what round pick he was. It was definitely under the Dylan Gabriel thing. I think that you're doing a disservice by having him get his ass beat for the next 4 games. Roger said, I don't think that he's going to win the next 3 games. So if he's not going to win the next 3 games, put Dylan back in. Put Deshaun back in. Let this kid not go through. But develop him by having the media rip him apart for having 3 shitty games in a row.
How do you know he's going to have 3 shitty games?
He is the Browns quarterback.
Why do you just assume he's going to have 3 shitty games?
Roger said, I don't think he's going to win the next 3.
That doesn't mean he's going to have a shitty game.
I said, I don't think the Browns are going to win the next 3 games, and I don't think he's going to be the guy that'll pull them out and win them for us. He's not there yet. But he played
Manning
well
was 3-13, but you still play him. I mean,
he played well in a loss to a level competition field, and he was.
You're comparing Shedeur Sanders to Peyton Manning.
No, I'm saying when you got a rookie quarterback, you don't expect.
So you're only saying that the Browns are not going to win the next 3 games because they're playing.
Right.
Get off the. You're in the mountains,
but you're playing good teams, right? So you're playing good defensive team,
right?
Right. So that'd be great.
Isn't it good to judge a quarterback for playing good defensive teams? Roger, you invited this JJ tonight, didn't you?
I think you're setting him up for failure. But Aaron Rodgers, okay, let's go back. I think you're for failure. Like there's Shedeur fans, I get it.
Yeah.
I thought I had a standing invitation. So
you don't.
Aaron Rodgers.
He's in Niagara Falls.
We good?
Yeah, yeah.
It's breaking up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I don't think anybody cares because then they don't have to hear what you say. So I think that's fine.
Wait till you start talking about the Steelers. We're just going to cut them like completely.
So, all right, listen, Aaron Rodgers, that's an elite quarterback. And I literally watched him last week look like Aaron Rodgers from 10 years ago. I mean, he was spinning out of pockets. He was throwing dimes. I get that he's older, but he's not Phillip Rivers. I mean, he's not Joe Flacco. I think that he gives us the best chance to win. I think that I feel confident in Aaron Rodgers. And I think that his leadership is starting to kind of come together a little bit. I mean, regardless of being whatever the record is, we're 2 games up in the AFC North. So I have no doubt to believe in him. I hate my quarterback 2. I love my quarterback 3.
Okay.
Shout out to Will Howard. Yeah, I mean it's Aaron Rodgers or nothing.
Okay. All right, that's fair. No, I just want to get your take on that, and I guess we'll move along because I make these great bits, and one of the new bits that is taken over is opposition position, where you take the opposition's position and you try to argue it. So, Jay, I when I was thinking about doing this, I was like, I don't know really what we got going on tonight. So, but I thought about this because we keep talking about Andrew Berry and in the draft picks and everything, and if Shedeur actually pans out, then that's another one with Fannin, which Schlesinger, and with all the other ones, Judkins, obviously. So basically, I guess I'm going to pose this question to you, and then how you answer it will be how the segment goes. So, Jay, do you think Andrew Berry should keep his job even if they fire Stefanski?
Yes.
Okay, well then you're going to argue otherwise. You're going you answer the question.
Am I supposed to do the
Well, now you are. So now I know how you feel. Roger will argue first. So Roger, you will take. Yes. So you think?
Yes, I think that he's done everything he can to rebuild the franchise. I think that the Deshaun Watson stuff and the Nick Chubb stuff, and actually I'm starting to change my mind while I'm talking, but at the same time, I think he's tried to at least pull all the cards, right? I think Dylan Gabriel was the right choice for you guys. Maybe it didn't work out because your team's just shit. You can throw Shedeur in and he can be like a brand new quarterback and everything gets excited right now. But I think some of the draft picks, some of the moves he's made, I think even trying to make sure that I keep Myles Garrett just to be a great player, a great face to my franchise was the right move. But Stefanski's in charge of making all of that happen. And you guys went from making the playoffs for 2 years to being the worst team almost in the AFC. So that collapse is not just because Deshaun didn't play this year or Nick Chubb didn't play this year. It's a lack of the locker room. The Browns don't scare anybody anymore. I think that doesn't come from the GM leadership. That comes from the head coach leadership. So I really do think there's a disconnect. And I think that Andrew Berry should probably just get a new head coach, but not lose his job.
Wow, you took the segment and you took the position of yourself. So, but I didn't. Roger knew it. Roger, we just let it go. We just, hey, this show is being taken over by somebody that's a Pittsburgh fan. So we know the intelligence level is not quite where Dawg Chug level is. And believe me, Dawg Chug level is pretty fucking low.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that is very impressive tonight. So Roger, so position tonight, I should say.
Yes.
So, argue whatever he did opposite, because I don't even know where the hell this
all
show's
right,
going
I'm going to tell you why Andrew Berry needs fired. And all right.
Yeah.
It's not because of the Deshaun Watson fiasco. It's not about 5-bone drafts or subpar drafts. It's not about the 3 wasted first-round draft picks. All of that is a result. All of that is his Band-Aid to try to fix his biggest mistake. And that was not getting rid of Odell Beckham the day he walked in the door. The day he walked in the door, Odell Beckham was on the IR. The Browns finished strong. Baker finished good. If he would have got rid of him, Beckham wanted out, and he didn't get out. And all he did was cause trouble. And since that time, all Andrew Berry's been trying to do is put patchwork to fix the disaster that he created by getting rid of at least a top 20 quarterback. Right now, he's hurt. He's playing with nobody on his, guys are hurt. But at least a guy that keeps you in the game. A guy that probably wins you the division this year with this defense and some sort of help on offense, counting the 3 draft picks that you traded for the rapist. All that aside, if you want to point to this year's drafts, there's been a lot of GMs in the history of Cleveland that have picked some really good linebackers, some really good, defensive tackles that have really picked some good players and put them on this roster and put together a pretty decent roster. And what they couldn't do is put a fucking quarterback on the roster. And he's tried how many times after getting rid of one that he inherited that was a number 1 overall pick, at least top 20 quarterback. That's why Andrew Berry needs fucking fired.
Wow. Well, I guess I got to be the judge of position since Jay killed opposition position. Both great answers, even though Jay didn't follow the assignment. I'm going to let the audience decide who wins this one tonight because I'm kind of half listening. I'm kind of just half, I'm looking at the comments right now. I'm going to get to a lot of them right now because
opposite. See the comments. Go through the comments.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
We got a half hour. Do Spitzer Chug. There's no bets tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. So let's go to the comments right now. And like I said, I showed a couple of them earlier, and I want to kind of circle back because especially to this one, Vinyl Goblin shout out to you again. Ed is the best host since the last one. Anytime you put Ed and best in the same sentence, you're on to something. I'm not going to deny that.
When that's the subject of a sentence,
yeah,
your predicate doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Predicate doesn't matter.
Saint Ed's right there. This is grammar, and Roger is the best.
I don't know. I think he's glazing hard this entire show.
What's that
for real, bro? Like I don't.
Like Roger, you let him on, and I'll look at he's got ideas. Typical Browns fan says,
he got a point.
Yeah. Does that have anything to affect they didn't draft any offense? Yeah, it does. That the dwindling of the offensive line. Now he did try it with obviously DeJuan Jones from Ohio State. Kind of was
he did drafted
but they're horrible. They're Zinter from Michigan.
Yeah, Zinter. He's Jed Wills, man. Yep. He drafted a bust left tackle.
Yep.
Jesus. Fire him.
Yep. Bring back John Dorsey and get all the Ivy Leaguers
No, don't
out.
do that. Don't get me started.
Yeah. Not going to pose
He's the
that
one that brought Odell here.
Yeah. Well,
started all this mess.
OBJ was like 30 years ago. Laugh out loud. I think that's pretty funny.
It feels that long ago, don't it?
Yeah, it does feel that long. 2019. Yep. And also,
typical Browns fan. Thank you for watching that.
I love it when our contributors, when they kind of respond to each other a little bit like that. So Lysandra shouting out Vinyl Goblin, so I love that. So keep it up. And if you guys want to talk shit to each other, to us, feel free.
Yeah, watch Bougie Sports. That's such a great podcast.
You should, and honestly, Jay, you should watch
this one.
Shout out to Bougie Sports, by the way.
I can't wait till you rewatch this and see that scene right there.
Yeah, that's
where you cut out and you look like you're on the back of the short bus.
I keep freezing, so I'm off, dude. I can't.
You're eating Jello with the
Dong's bringing in the 12-incher. He's approval for Roger's argument tonight. So, hey, Roger, you're getting some Dong love tonight. Getting some Dong.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah. Taboo Browns fan Jed was right.
That's that's the guy that's going to do the colonoscopy on me.
Yeah.
My colonoscopist.
Yeah, that's when you confuse this show with Grindr.
Yeah. If Shedeur does end up being a franchise quarterback, this draft class was awesome. I mean, I'm not going to lie with that one. Lysandra loves us.
Yeah.
Love her.
Oh, that's Jason Akron. Oh, what's up, man?
Yeah, Jason.
I've seen it earlier, but I didn't catch your name.
Yeah. Can you respond to this one? Now, I know you're actually in Buffalo right now. Is it a Buffalo thing? Why's your internet suck?
I'm in a hotel,
that Pittsburgh,
it's Buffalo. It's not even my town.
Can a Pittsburgh fan visiting Buffalo afford a hotel?
There you go. There you go. There you go.
How's that? Yeah. We'll sit back and listen. Do you have internet? Are you connected? Can you hear us?
It is bad.
Yeah. Ryan Day's doing your colonoscopy, Roger. How would he feel about that one?
Hey, that's because they leave the light on for you. There's not enough juice to run the internet. Get a better hotel, you cheapskate.
Roger, how do you feel about Paul's comment right here?
What's that? Ryan Day? He said that last week.
Well, hey, does he know something we don't?
Does he know something we don't?
I don't know. Well, the show's going a little crazy, but we'll have it no other way. We'll get to our segment, Spit, Sip, Chug, our staple of the show. Yes, it's a game with so much claim and fame. And yes, Andy, I gave it its name. It's Spit, Sip, Chug. Well, I will say a statement. It is a statement, not a question. So don't question my statement. If you heavily agree with that statement, you will chug. If you don't like that statement a lot, kind of like Jay's internet, you will spit or you will sip if you're kind of either on the fence. Roger, we'll let you sip tonight. Andy's not here. New rules.
Thank you.
So we will go with the first statement, and we'll start with you, Roger. I would start with Jay, but I don't know how his internet's going. I like this one because this one brought up a lot of fighting on X this past Sunday, obviously because of the game.
Great. I was in it. I'm sure.
Going for two in the NFL is becoming too nerdy, and I should spell two correctly, but going for two in the NFL is becoming too nerdy.
I'm going to sip on it since I'm allowed. I'm going to take advantage of Andy not being here. Or Lana, the two mean people on the show. I'm going to sip on it. I'm going to say, you know what? I put a garbage disposal in for a guy in Brecksville by the name of Mr. Tom Tupa.
Oh, 2-point Tom Tupa.
Yeah. He went to Brecksville High School. He's friends with my cousin Rich.
Yep.
And he's the first guy to score a 2-point conversion in the NFL. So as a Browns fan, I'm a huge fan of the 2-point conversion. And there's a time and a place for it. And this past game wasn't. You're down 14, you score, and you kick the extra point, and you go down 7 at home. You're at home. You're not on the road. On the road, you try to go for the 2-point conversion. Kevin Stefanski wants fucking fired. That's the answer to this. That's the answer to this statement. There's no other explanation. It's become too nerdy. I don't know. I want to chug on that, because he just irritates me now walking up and outside. I think he was he was chatting to somebody talking on the phone. He wasn't even paying attention. He reminds me of the guy in what's the Talladega Nights, the driver that gets out and has a hot dog?
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
when Ricky Bobby takes
Yeah.
over. It's Stefanski on the sidelines. You're not even paying attention. I don't know, man. I'm done with Stefanski. The 2 point, it's definitely becoming too nerdy. Guys like him running it on every time, it just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Nice. I'm gonna regret this, but AJ.
So I agree. I agree to sip. So here's the
They
deal.
need
I
to be
think
better.
it's becoming too nerdy. And the reason is because the NFL in general is becoming too nerdy, right? We're going for everything on 4th and 1. We're going to 2-point conversions for everything. It's turning into like a giant game of Madden. Like we've taken the analytics and the percentages, and you're watching a game, and Chris douchebag Collinsworth is like, well, the analytics say you have a 96% chance for 4th down to go on 4th and 2. It's changing the scope of the game. So I think it's kind of mid. Yes, you go for it, but yes, you don't. Like there's a kind of a certain regiment and rule of the game of traditionalists, and we're evolving into some sort of game that almost is kind of not at the NFL, right? It's like the next level. It's right up there with a tush push. It's like it's a guaranteed 4th down, play. So I agree and I disagree. So I'm going to sip, and I think it sucks. I just think it sucks. I think 2-point conversions and 4th downs are for emergencies only, not part of a game strategy.
Okay. It's hungry.
Hey, making me hungry. Shut up, Paul. Mention Arby's. I can't disagree with both of you guys. You guys made valid points, and I'm not going to regurgitate them because some podcasts. I just want to say, you watch them and they all go around and they all say the same fucking thing. We're not going to fucking do that tonight. I'm chugging. It is too fucking nerdy. You're down 14. Kick the fucking extra points. Our guy actually has been pretty good at kicking extra points. I mean, I don't know. Like just fucking kick them. You're at home. This ain't the road. And so I'm going to chug again because I just want to say fuck. We should have at least tied it and went to overtime.
Ahead with the violence.
Thank you. We will move on. Before we go to our second statement, and Lysandra chimes in again. Thank you, Lysandra.
She's doing so good tonight.
She's
got great.
Maybe we should have had her on the show instead of
she's playing along. I almost messaged her.
Well, instead of me, absolutely.
Well, I mean, I said that and actually meant that, but then I was gonna say with you as well, but that's not really what I meant.
Yeah.
So, well, this one's like a softball one, but I like to see where people are at right now because it's Browns. It's overreaction. We'll start with AJ. Shedeur Sanders is a franchise quarterback. Are you spitting? Are you sipping? Or are you chugging?
Nope. Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? You're gotta be kidding me. You started 5 quarterbacks before this guy, and he has one good game that he loses in, and you guys think he's the franchise quarterback. And you know what? Actually, I'm gonna revert. I'm gonna change my opinion. I chug.
Yeah. I mean, you saw Nick Barnes' post, right?
He is. I mean, because every time you guys pick a shitty quarterback, we win 2 games a year, right? So the shittier are the we win 2 more games a year. So if you go 9-7, like this year, the AFC North is not gonna be one, not going any more than 9-8. So if you give me 2 free wins because you want to invest in Shedeur Sanders, dude, go right ahead. I dare you. But he's really not that guy. I mean, he's Johnny Manziel 2.0.
We call him John Manziel. We actually still like John.
You're gonna get some hate mail. You get some hate mail from that.
Yeah.
You don't call him Johnny Football?
No, he's John. We respect John Manziel. Okay, we respect John Manziel.
Ed loves Johnny.
Yeah,
Ed loves him.
I met Johnny. I like Johnny.
You met him, so hey, if Ed meets you, you're on his A list.
Yeah, he's on my
on his A list.
I'm actually going to chug for. Because I want to be a cuck. It's so fun to be a cuck. You cucky Clevelanders. You get on X all the time, and no offense, I love Nick Carnes.
Just be you, bro.
The cuckiness, and I, like I said, he does a great job at what he does, and that there's a purpose to it. But the cuckiness, and I want to be a part of it. So I am chugging. I'm chugging.
Jump
I mean,
on
he
the
threw for over
bandwagon,
364 yards. He had 4 touchdowns. I mean, how is he not a franchise quarterback? He outplayed the number 1 pick, Cameron Ward. I mean, call him Cameron because that's what he wants to be called, Cam Ward. No, I mean, has to be. I mean, because you Clevelanders, you were having Victory Monday. You lost a fucking game, and yet some people were having Victory Monday because Shedeur Sanders had a great game. So wrist up, legendary, chugging, franchise quarterback. Let's go, Roger.
I'm sipping.
Wasn't it
I'm
the
going to make it a
Titans
sip
though?
night.
Like,
I'm going to sip.
Don't let that get in the way of it. It was an NFL team.
they're 2-11, dude. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Roger. AJ interrupted.
No, that's okay. I'm sipping. I'm going to sip every statement. Then I'll have to chug because I sipped every statement. So I'm sipping on this. Just wait and see, man. Listen, there's a list of quarterbacks who had 300-yard games for the Cleveland Browns, and Brandon Weed's on that list. Brandon Weed had Josh Gordon. Colt McCoy's on that list. There's a lot of quarterbacks on that list. Brady Quinn's on that list. Josh McGowan's on that list. There's a lot of quarterbacks that had 300-yard games. So is he a franchise quarterback? No. Is he not going to be a franchise quarterback? No, I'm not saying that either. I'm in the middle. I'm sipping. Let's wait and see. One great game against a bad team doesn't mean anything, but his improvement from his first start to second does to me. And let's see what he can do without putting the pressure of winning these next 3 games on him. I'm talking about just his own, progression.
Yeah.
How he reacts, how he plays against these good football teams. What's that?
Go ahead.
I just want to get his draft stock up so we could trade him and get a franchise quarterback.
With all humility.
Shedeur's what? You cut out. You said with all humility,
Cleveland's Kenny Pickett.
Oh, right? Kenny Pickett.
Are you on mushrooms or something?
He's Cleveland's Kenny Pickett, right? You have a divided franchise that's literally saying this is going to be our quarterback. We love him, but it's still going to be Shedeur. It's still gonna be Kenny Pickett at the end of the day. Like, come on, stop. Like,
what do you think? What do you think our audience? If your audience out there, feel free to chime in. But if Shedeur is gonna be our Kenny Pickett, what is AJ tonight on the Dawg Chug? Please feel free to chime in. I'd love to see the comparisons.
The victim of shitty internet. That's what I am. That's what I am tonight. I'm off my game.
Yeah.
Thanks for making the show awesome, Jay.
Oh, I mean, he was. Weren't they 1-11 or something before that game?
They were 1-11. Now they're 2-11. Thank you. We're moving on to statement number 3. Okay.
And when they all scored a touchdown and did the watch thing, oh my god, that was hilarious.
Well, we're gonna do the third statement thing right now. Third statement being the Browns' 2026 draft is the most important since they returned in 1999. We will start with me. Try to get some intelligent conversation first instead of going to AJ. I'm gonna chug on that one. Because every draft, every year is the most important since 1999. But besides that point, it obviously is. Because this team is, I believe they need to be positioned for 2029. Look, they came back in 1999, but they never really came back. They were shitty. I wish they kind of, would have waited and came back later and done it the right way. But I believe this new Browns franchise, well, same franchise, but 2029 with the new dome in Brook Park, is kind of like, okay, we need to get good before we embarrass ourselves in our new building. So kind of like up until this point when we still got to stay on the lakefront and play in that shitty stadium, just get good. Then obviously Andrew Berry had a great draft in 2025 with Fannin and Suchinger and Judkins and everything, but they still need that quarterback. Now Shedeur obviously will get that chance in these upcoming games to prove that, bringing them back without maybe drafting a quarterback as high as what, they probably need to. And, I think Fernando Mendoza, I like the kid. I don't know if there's another quarterback. People like Dante Moore from Oregon. I don't know. With Dylan Gabriel, stay away from Oregon. I know that's a bad comparison, and people are going to
take anybody. Now, I don't want any players from Oregon.
Yeah. So I mean, but it is the most important because like we need to. And the thing is, we need to rebuild the offensive line. So you need to hit high on maybe a tackle or a guard there, a tackle obviously. And then you obviously need to hit on the wide receiver that you take early. So, I mean, it's quarterback, it's wide receiver, it's offensive line, and it is the most important because you can't be wrong with these top 3 picks, whether it be the first, and then you got the 2 in the first, and then you got a second and third. You got to be right about them, and they got to be starters. Like your 3rd round pick this year or in 2026 has to be a starter. Your second has to be a starter. They have to be main contributors, and they have to be, part of this core group that will move into the Brook Park and be the Brook Park Browns. So, and that's why it's so important, because it is the talent accumulation and what Andrew Berry's trying to do to get a new core of Browns. Because let's be real, Myles Garrett when 2029 won't be the same Myles Garrett as we're getting now. So, this team is and the core that we thought was going to be this great team didn't pan out that way. Thanks, Kevin Stefanski. So that's why I believe that 2029 is the key, and that's where we're pushing to be great. And that's why 2026 is very pivotal, and it is the most important since 1999. But I might be saying that about 2027 because that's a Cleveland thing to do. Roger.
I'm sipping. Simply because the most important draft since 1999 was the 1990 draft, when Kermit Policy and Dwight Clark should have taken the 1st round pick and traded it and gathered assets to build. I mean, what did they get? They got Jeff Pike, was like the best football player. You know what I mean? They should have traded the 1st round pick in 1999 and start to build a foundation, right? Right now,
Jim Pine, wasn't it Jim Pine? I think it was Jim Pine.
Oh, Jim Pine. What did I say? Jeff
Pike
Pine?
or something. Yeah, but I knew who you meant.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? They went out and they drafted a quarterback, and they had nothing underneath it. You know what I mean? And on offense, they need to take this draft. I'm sipping on it. I don't think it's the most important draft since '99. I think there's going to be more important drafts, like you said, leading up to 2029.
Yeah.
So I got to sip on it.
Okay. You're taking advantage of the sip thing because Andy's not here. I think I've been a little too lenient with this tonight.
Yep.
I'm going to regret this.
First time all year.
Jay, and before you go, shout out to Jake, Hurricane on X, and he says your takes are as bad as Johnny Manziel. I don't think so. I think they're worse than Johnny Manziel. That's my take.
Was it mine or yours or his?
No, it was Jake talking about Jay. Jay, go ahead with your.
All right.
He's not wrong.
Listen. Here's what I think, and this is my opinion. So my opinion is always going to be not what you want to hear, right? So that's my job, is to tell you an outsider's perspective, right? So most important draft since 1999. You guys always just try to draft great players. You try to draft the best quarterback, the best running back, right? I think you did a great job with Judkins this year, but you guys don't actually build the trenches. You don't build offensive line. You don't build defensive line. You don't build. You have
Mason
5 great
Graham's
players
looking pretty good
out of 22 on the field.
Is he still talking?
I think so.
Out of we're talking about the last 26 years, you always pick, and even when you talk, Ed, and even when you talked them last year. So if you're going to draft another one, why the hell did you draft 2 last year? What is the plan to make sure that we draft an offensive tackle in the 1st round, or a center in the 1st round, or a defensive line? So what is the long-term strategy where we just keep plugging and placing people that are just band-aid solutions to a problem, right? No, I'm thinking as a Brown right now.
No, fair enough. I just thought it was funny. That's all.
But next year, draft a left tackle.
Right.
Like, stop thinking about a quarterback. Stop thinking about a wide receiver. You don't need splash. You need a team. You need a base. You need a core. And I think that the last 4 years of the Steelers draft kind of proves that, right? Where we were Broderick Jones and Fontenallo, and we're building the trenches. We're able to make Aaron Rodgers a good quarterback just by having a great offensive line. So Shedeur can be great all he wants, but if he's getting his ass beat because you guys are still just drafting flashy players, I think that you just need to redirect your mind. I do think 2026 is an important draft for you. But I don't think that it's the draft where you guys need to draft some sort of flashy player. I think it's time to build your trenches, and the heart of your team needs to be reassessed.
Wow. When your internet actually kind of works, you're not as bad as you were, so it's kind of getting good.
I can't help it. I don't live here. Dude.
Blame Buffalo. You know, Buffalo, the city of like non-champions. Yeah.
It's literally
You wanna hear a
6 inches of
Buffalo
snow
story?
outside right now, so it's probably that.
Yeah.
You want to hear a Buffalo story?
Yep.
Sure. Why not? Hell, why not?
We drive from Cleveland to Buffalo. I went 3 times to tailgate when the Browns were gone. All right.
Yeah.
My buddy is we just went down. So we're there one time, we're sitting there, and all it was the aluminum fucking benches you're sitting on in that whole rich stadium, right? We're sitting there, and they're honoring Jim Kelly. And the dude I'm sitting with, and there's all Bills fans all around us, and they're playing the Patriots. And my buddy was a Pats fan all his life, so I'm with him. He's a Patriots fan. I don't give a shit who wins. I'm just there to get drunk and tailgate. But this guy's sitting there, and this one guy says, "What do they honor him for? Losing 4 Super Bowls?" And it was like after he was sick one of the times, actually. And the lady, the Buffalo Bills fan, was ready to beat him up. She jumped up. Oh, it was ugly, man. It was ugly. And the Buffalo Bills lady jumped up, and she's like, because she was ready to kick his ass. It was bad.
That's crazy.
Bad news.
Jim Kelly has lost more Super Bowls than you've ever been in.
They escorted him out of the facility.
Thanks, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
You're welcome
for that. That actually is going to, spit.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Because Jay's here. There's another one about the Cavs. You don't know shit about the Cavs, and I want to talk about some other things. So that will conclude Spit, Sip, Chug. We got rapid fire, which I'm going to put Jay under. Let's do it now. Jay, you ready for rapid fire?
Good time.
Yeah, making good time. Jay, I don't know
if Jay drunk in less than under an hour.
How's your internet, Jay? Can you handle rapid fire, or should I just not do it with you?
It's hit or miss. I ain't gonna lie. It just keeps spinning.
Put me on.
I tried to switch it to my hotspot, and it didn't work. So, but yeah, I'm ready.
Him and me. That way we have some kind of something that's coherent.
Yeah. All right. Roger's going under rapid fire. Roger, you have 3 seconds to answer. I don't need any other bullshit. Just answer the damn question. And shout out to Elfman, who had a perfect rapid fire.
I'm going to beat the Elfman.
All right. Here we go.
Fuck you, Elfman.
All right. Rapid fire begins now. James Madison making the college football playoffs is
his wife, Dolly. She's awesome. Yes.
Alabama deserved a playoff spot.
No.
Notre Dame declining a bowl bid is unholy?
Yes.
Indiana will win the national championship.
No.
Sharon Moore being fired for cheating is ironic.
No.
Shedeur Sanders is better than Cam Ward.
Yes.
Sorry.
The Steelers will win the AFC North.
No.
Pittsburgh, a.k.a. Methburg, is the capital of Appalachia.
Yes.
Big Mac or Whopper?
Yes.
And this one I am going to go to Jay because now I look at it. Jay, this one's only for you. And finally, if you could unwrap any bougie sports girl for Christmas, who would it be?
I'm going to – internet froze.
And you are off rapid fire.
Edward. Thank you for that.
Yeah, well, I saw that. I had a pivot there, Roger. I did you solid right there. That's bro.
I've been in human resources part tomorrow. It would have been a mess.
Well, I can't believe Jay didn't answer the question, pussy. Why didn't you answer?
Lissandra's mom. Her and I are on the same page.
Because you know the answer.
I want to sit down with.
I do know the answer. Just say it. Just say the answer.
I want to sit down. Lissandra's mom and I, we think alike.
Shoot your shot, Jay. Shoot your shot here.
It's definitely
probably makes some good food.
Not that one and the other one. It's 100% that one.
It's that one. Okay, it's that. Okay, that. Okay, for all those out there,
100%.
You know.
Thank God. Thank God Eddie wasn't on.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well,
The
I did
king?
promise to show. I did want to
Yes, we
talk.
both hate LBJ.
Wow. Yeah. So in my little preview, check out the Dawg Chug X page out there. I did preview
Ed,
the
what
show.
did it say? I didn't read it.
Oh, James chimes in and says the only thing Roger and Deshaun have in common is they both wear winter hats indoors. Yes. Is there anything else you have in common with
Deshaun? I saw me mention with Watson the same sentence. I wanted to read the whole thing.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe
Fair
Roger
enough,
has a
thank
cold
you.
head.
Yeah. But so
You know
a
what I mean?
question
That's
is
just standard rule for anybody.
Roger, is there anything else that you do have in common with Watson?
No.
No. Okay,
No,
fair enough.
no.
Just
I'm
wanted
not
to
cross-eyed. No.
No. All right.
Nothing.
All right. So I
Not
previewed
retarded.
So everybody out there, obviously Christmas is coming, and the kids call me the unk. I try to stay hip and everything like that. So it was Nike Tex. It was Nike Tex. Roger, you have kids that are in high school and younger kids. It was Nike Tex a couple years ago, but now it's about the quarter zip. It's about the quarter zips. Those are the hot things. Roger, how many quarter zips have you bought for Christmas?
Well, I can't give it away. But I'm doing some shopping tomorrow, Ed, and
Yes.
they're on the list.
Okay. Jay, you are fashionable. You are fashionable, Jay. Do you have any quarter zips, or do you know about this new craze that's taken over?
Full zip.
He's got a members only that he wears on Friday nights.
Quarter zips only for like golf pros and stuff. But I did get my daughter a shiesty.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. All right.
That's better than.
Does she like you, Jay, or is that just you try to win her love with the gifts?
I mean, she likes me because I protect her from guys like you. So
I know that's whoa.
Ed, I can't wear them.
You can't wear the quarter zips.
No, because I got a broad chest. It looks like I'm trying to be huge.
Hey,
because it just comes down there, and it looks like I can't wear them.
Yeah, Jay, an audience out there, I'm sure they didn't buy anything that Jay said because Jay looks either frozen, but you're the guy that's in some hotel room with frozen internet.
What, a shiesty?
Always in a motel room.
Yeah, so I think more fathers out there would be concerned that you would be, with so just throwing that out there. So.
He's running from ice. He's Canadian.
Yeah. But I wanted also
wait,
another
my
thing
internet
in the
went. Did he say that the quarter zip makes him look fat?
That's not what he said, Jay. You love this. No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Okay. I thought he said the quarter zip made him look fat. Okay, my bad.
No.
Roger, you like slim. I told you that earlier today.
Your ass makes you look fat.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've been watching the Diddy documentary on Netflix, and I've always been loving the East Coast, West Coast rap from the 90s. I don't care. The SNOOP, DOGG. I like the East Coast. I like the West Coast. I liked it all. I like, the fact that Tupac and Biggie got murdered sucked, but I like the drama. So, Jay, East Coast or West Coast, any memories from the 90s or, the Diddy thing? Any thoughts about that? Who did you like better, the East Coast or the West Coast? And who are some of your favorite rappers?
Listen, West Coast all day long growing up. You want to talk about the Chronic, Aftermath. You want to talk about Dr. Dre, Exhibit, Snoop Dogg, Eminem. West Coast was the bee's cheese. And the greatest part about it is now that you're learning more about Diddy, the West Coast was the one that said, ooh, goddamn, no Diddy. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I think West Coast wins the fucking battle, bro.
Yeah, I think long term, when it comes to what they've actually contributed to hip hop, it's hard to argue that. Roger, I know you're. I don't know how big you are into this genre, but what are your thoughts about? I mean, you were alive during this time. I'm not saying you're the biggest Tupac.
Everybody's on their edge of their seat, waiting to see what the 57-year-old man.
Right, exactly. That's yes.
West Coast. Listen, man. Listen. When I was 11 years old, me and my buddy had a piece of cardboard and we had a boom box. And what was the song? Superman Come to Town. What was the song?
Was it you speaking of like Run DMC? Are you speaking
no, it was way before that, man. It was
Rapper's Delight. I mean,
Hip hop, hibbity,
Hotel Motel, that one, the Hotel Motel.
There you go. Yeah, that's Rapper's
But
Delight. Yeah.
listen, man. Like when it all started, man, it was just like Blondie with the song Rapture, man.
Oh, Rapture, yeah, the man from Mars is
Rapture,
eating
man,
cars,
and
yeah.
that defined. That was where the and just watching it take off. So I saw it also take off. But then when it started, like in the '90s, when it became, you know what, my last like what we used to do is we'd ride to the Tijuana Taxi Club at North Olmsted Mall. Is at the back end of North Olmsted Mall, right? And we'd listen to some Slick Rick.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit!
How about that?
Okay.
Right.
All right.
So,
Slick Rick.
So we rode to the Tijuana Taxi Club, listening to Slick Rick. So, but then my dude was also big into the Beastie Boys at that time too.
Okay.
So that kind of turned me to the Beastie Boys, and then I got into the lesbian music in the '90s too, though.
Were you down with Lilith Fair and Sarah McLachlan and all that?
Ani DeFranco,
Ani
DeFranco jammed, man. She fucking kicked ass. I'm gonna end it there. Let you guys keep talking.
Well, I did want to bring this. Lysandra brings up a great point. Diddy was involved in killing so many hip hop artists that could have completely changed how hip hop is created, viewed, and consumed today. Obviously, I do think Diddy probably knows who killed Biggie and Tupac. As we all know, and like I love the East Coast West Coast thing because you talk about the Bloods and the Crips, and obviously Suge Knight, Blood. He did let Snoop in, which is Crip. Why left side? Why is that? Because it's the Crip side. Blue. So when he went out to California, back to Cali, obviously the South Side Crips had something to do with that. So I'm always fascinated by the gang involvement with the whole hip hop. But Jay, you nailed it when you said about the West Coast, because I always go back to this. I always say this about rap. You had the early rap in the 80s, but in 1992, when Dr. Dre introduced the Chronic. Now I know you talked about the Chronic 2 and the aftermath and everything, 1999, but the Chronic in 1992, that to me was like the New Testament when it came to hip hop. You had NWA obviously with Eazy and Dre and all them, and MC Ren and all that in the late 80s. But when Dre,
Eazy-E, there's another one on the way to the Tijuana. Eazy-E, Rat-a-tat-tat, and all the cops scattered.
And Eazy-E obviously founded Bone Thugs and Harmony, so obviously shout out to him. Rest in peace, Eazy, who died on my birthday. But here's the thing. But to me,
bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. That's right. Now. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, New Testament. But Jay, to your point, it's the beats of the West Coast. I think the East Coast, when it comes to like material, and you have Nas, and then obviously we're talking about like Diddy and then Biggie, the lyrics are maybe more deeper when it comes to like from a lyrics side. But you can't argue when you're cruising down the street and you're chilling and you're going out summertime. Nothing beats Death Row Records and with the beats that they put out and things. And then obviously, so I think that to me is the everlasting thing when it comes to 90s hip hop. It's the beats.
That's NWA. That's NWA, and most of that is all Dre. Like he wrote those.
Dre, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
West Coast, baby.
I draw the line.
West Coast.
Dre's the fucking GOAT.
Yeah, but don't get me wrong. Here's the thing. Like I'm very fond of Diddy and Mace and all that, because I remember back in like the '97 World Series, when Mace came out with his album Harlem World, that was a very sad time. Shout out to the '97 Tribe, who should have won it. Jarrett Wright should have been your hero in Game 7. So I always equate different things with
the Indians.
Sports.
I forgot about them.
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Shut up. It hurts my heart.
They're a great team.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, so like I said, I love the whole Diddy and Puff Daddy at the time. Like when I hear Diddy, I think pedophile. But when I actually think of Puff Daddy, I do think of the lyric and the artist that he was, because he was great. Say what you want about him, but I mean, he was great in the '90s and everything that he did. And he founded Jodeci. I mean, the things that he did when you watch that documentary and things like that, I know, great. And he was a hustler.
I mean, and R. Kelly had a couple good songs.
Yeah. I mean, but like I said, I think, look, I've always said this about. And he may be right. This is the whitest rap conversation. All right, here's the thing. Okay, we're not going to drop any N bombs or whatever like that. We're not.
Is Mr. Gone black? No, I don't think so. No black dude's going to name himself Mr. Gone.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you go. So how white are you, Mr. Dong? Well, he's like probably 12 inches white. That's what he's gonna say, probably. I mean, I don't know. So I mean, but yeah, that's the
I
thing.
don't
So
think no black dudes are watching this show.
yeah,
Not
well,
gonna
there you
lie.
go. And I'm not gonna lie. But so my thing is this. Okay, so you're going West Coast, and you think that Dre's your all-time great. Is that what you're saying? Basically, when it comes to the influence that East Coast, West Coast, Dre is your number one when it comes to actually the
No,
influence over the whole thing.
all-time greatest beat. All-time greatest beat dropper, and he formed the Aftermath. So yes, I do think that he was one of the most influential West Coast rappers. But his partnership with Snoop and his ability to understand Eminem's talent and bring him in kind of cornered the whole market. So not just being a beat player, but also a producer. I think that he quintessentially changed rap for the better.
Okay. Also, too. So
White boy.
Tupac, do you when you look at him, do you consider him East Coast or West Coast?
He was kind of died before the two, really, right? Like before the split, like he was the split in a way. So I mean, you consider him and Biggie East Coast, but at the same time, I don't really necessarily consider him on either side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Diddy was also supposed to. Yeah, he did. He did. I mean, that's the thing about it. He was a monster. I'm not gonna lie, but when I think of Tupac, it's funny because like the East Coast influence. But then when he did, go to jail, and then Suge Knight kind of like, and then he dropped the All Eyes on Me album. I mean, then he went to Vegas and everything with that. I don't know. Like I think that like when I think of like most of his songs, they do got that West Coast kind of Death Row. I mean, the earlier stuff is definitely East Coast influential, but the ones My Ambitions as a Rider, and then things like I don't know, and then Hit 'em Up, My fofo, make sure all your kids don't grow.
Yep.
I mean, that is West Coast. First off, fuck your bitch in the click you claim. I mean, that is some killer shit right there. I mean, I don't know. So Roger's loving this conversation right there. I mean, but like I said, I just wanted to throw that out there. The documentary, check it out on Netflix about Diddy.
Does it? I mean, is it
We are not
showcasing
sponsored by
regional?
Netflix.
What was it all about, Edward? Was it about showcasing regional pride, contrasting musical opinions or differences, or was it just boombox versus
It was
rap?
literally about Suge Knight and Diddy, and different people throughout that they had beef with, and there was confrontations between music moguls. And I don't believe that actually it was really most of an East Coast West Coast thing. It was really just people from the East Coast and one basically person from the West Coast, and they had beef. And they decided that, just like any kind of fight where I got a bone to pick with you, I got my posse now and you got your posse. And now it becomes this big thing when it really was just a few people that kind of had beef with each other. And it wasn't really this.
It was about 50 Cent. It was about 50 Cent owning his ass, dude. And waiting for the time to strike, take all of his videos and then shove it in his face. So it's literally about 50 Cent's triumph, I think.
He has been the biggest, coming out of it. I would say that it's hard to argue. Look at his wealth and his fortune.
It's like everybody thought Diddy was a weirdo, so they distanced themselves, and so they all went and did their thing. And there were a few people that supported Diddy, but he's obviously a rapist. So
yeah. Good night, Lysandra.
Mr.
She's like, I can't take this.
Lysandra, I left a while ago. I've been gone.
Yeah.
Lysandra, I'll take the trash out before I come to bed. Don't worry about it.
Hey now. All right. Well, that'll conclude. Like I said, I'm more of a West Coast guy, but shout out to I like the East Coast. I like them both. I just wanted to bring that up, like I said, for a little bit of fun, and I'm just curious to see what Roger had to say, honestly, because this is his wheelhouse.
Did I contribute though?
I think so.
Did I? All right. Thanks.
Yeah, you did good.
Thanks. My lyrics probably piping in with my lyrics probably helped.
Yeah,
I knew some rap lyrics from the 90s. So.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, that we're almost done wrapping up the show here. Obviously, I want to give you guys I'll give you guys a minute to go around the horn, say whatever you got to say. I know. I did want to say one thing. Well, I'll just use my time for it. So, Jay, you got a minute. Say whatever the hell you got to say.
Oh my God, put me on the spot.
Yeah,
So, thank you. Merry Christmas, because you guys don't want to play next week because apparently, 1 hour out of your life is way too goddamn difficult for you to keep this show running. So, there won't be a preview before the Steelers game, but I just want to tell you, good luck, I guess. It's gonna be probably an obvious loss.
Probably. Yeah.
I hope that maybe the following week you can put me on the show so we can talk about it.
Yeah. We probably won't.
But I just want to say,
It was you or the
New York
one
Mets
of
are selling
Mana
so bad right
Stalkers.
now. I want to
Oh,
talk.
never mind.
I wanted to talk about the fact that literally they just put Alonso on the Orioles. They traded Diaz.
They lost Edwin
They
Diaz
know damn well
too,
Soto's going to go, and the Braves just signed. Right. So, and the Braves just signed Yasminski to a 2-year deal. So, I'm looking forward to talking about baseball with you guys in the future, because what's LaGuardian? What are the Indians called now?
The Guardians. The Guardians. Thank you for making fun of them, though.
Yes. So the Guardians will be something next year,
Braves
and I look forward to talking about it. So, Merry Christmas.
Braves fans weren't even at the winter meetings. Braves weren't even there, I don't think.
They do the tomahawk chop. I do love that. I can't lie. I ain't gonna lie.
We just signed Yaz, bro, for 3 years.
If you get offended by the tomahawk chop,
Carl Yastrzemski's grandson.
Yeah.
Braves fan in a Motel 6 is so cliche.
They'll leave the light on, though. They'll leave the light on. Roger,
I'm in a fucking DoubleTree, Roger. Damn.
You know what, man? There's so much going on. Look, Pittsburgh's in the top of the division. Shedeur Sanders had a huge game. Moore gets fired. The Guardian winter meetings going on. Fuck all that. My son's wrestled tonight. Dawson wrestled. Cuyahoga Falls High School. Wrestling varsity. He's just getting stronger for the mound. You know what, man? It's his first year wrestling. Both my boys, first year wrestling. They're wrestling against kids that started wrestling when they started playing baseball when they were 5. You know what I mean? So my advice to my kids were my 6-year-olds, wait, one of these wrestlers you're playing that's he wrestled a state champion, and it was like a minute something, it went a minute. And I said, wait, these guys are going to play baseball. Let them face your fastball. You'll meet them again. But both my boys wrestled tonight. Jack Chug did awesome. He's wrestling 95 pounds. Dawson's 162. They did great. Fuck pros. I don't care.
Nice.
Go Browns.
Yeah. Well, I always they always say, Ross always teased and said Ed in history. And today is December 10th. And going back in the Wayback Machine, 1989 was my favorite Browns season for a reason. Obviously, it was the last time they won the division. But on December 10th, there's this stream of events from December 10th to December 23rd changed my whole perspective of the Browns, because it was my favorite time. In those 13 days, it started December 10th with this statement. Will the next person that sees anybody throw anything on the field, point them out and get them out of here? You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati. And that head coach, obviously, of the Bengals was Sam Weiss. That set off a firestorm in Cleveland because Clevelanders were pissed. I remember listening to Power 108 when I lived in Cleveland, and the next day they had Sam Weiss got ran over by a reindeer. But 7 days later, December 17th, which we'll do a show next week, I'll probably bring it up again because I'm an old person, and that's what old people like to do, reminisce about the same old shit. December 17th, Browns beat the Vikings in my first game. But to make it to the playoffs, the Browns needed help. That same Sam Weiss that Clevelanders hated so much a week earlier, they were going to need Sam Weiss because the Oilers were playing in the jungle, and then we needed the Bengals to beat the Houston Oilers. And the loudest roar from Cleveland Stadium that day was when they announced the score: Cincinnati 61, Oilers 7. And that set up 6 days later, the Browns going to the Astrodome to face Warren Moon, Ernest Gibbons, and Haywood Jeffries and the Oilers. Browns win 24-20 in a 2-minute drill led by Bernie Kosar, handoff to Kevin Mack. Last division title. But it all started December 10th, 1989 with Sam Weiss and his infamous, famous speech where he said, "You don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati." Shout out to Sam Weiss. Rest in peace. You were a fun guy and you were fun. And that was a fun rivalry. And that's when the Bengals and Browns ruled the AFC North or Central, not the Ravens and the Steelers. And that's when the world was right.
Holy
And
shit.
thanks everybody for tuning into the Dawg Chug. Jay, say one last stupid ass thing before we
That
go.
was 36 years ago.
Well, that's all we got,
Ed,
Jay. That's all we
Ed,
got.
don't I
Oh
get
my
credit for
God.
getting
That was
Corky
36 years ago. I mean,
Yeah.
Don't I get credit for having Corky from Life Goes On as our guest tonight?
Oh, blah dee, oh, blah
Oh my God, I
da.
remember
Life
that
goes
show.
on.
Go
Great show.
Browns.
Go Browns. Thanks for coming on, Jay. Everybody, will be back next week when I reminisce about December 17, 1989, my first Browns game. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Hopefully your shopping's going good. Remember this, all the kids want the quarter zips, the quarter zips. We'll see you next week. Drink them if you got them. Go Browns.
Go Browns.
no, don't do that.